Just like several unexplainable phenomena happen in the day-to-day span of our Earth, pole reversal is probably one of them, one of the dangerous ones. As jarring as it might sound, a pole shift or reversal is pretty normal when it comes to the geothermal properties of our planet. Only the difference is, this time, it may happen soon and affect us in the worst possible ways. So how does pole reversibility affect life on Earth? Will it persuade a weakening magnetic force too? Is doomsday getting nearer? Watch this video till the end to know every single detail about how pole shifting might be causing the magnetic effect to weaken and how. Before the video starts, if you haven't already subscribed to our channel, then don't forget to hit the red subscribe button and turn on the notifications bell to always find us in your home feed. Without any further ado, let's dive deeper into another one of numerous hidden secrets going on in and around our blue planet that we have absolutely no control over. Pole shifts are naturally occurring disastrous phenomena that occur when land masses start shifting in either unidirectional motions or multi-directional ways. Do you remember Pangaea, the single large continent that existed over 3 million years ago? Well, we humans certainly did not survive back then to cause it to break apart. The continent dismantled into North America, South America, Europe, and Asia. Similarly, the combination of dynamic and static movement occurring within the Earth's crust results in shifting of land masses significantly. Although they are negligible in terms of visibility, they definitely become significant along a course, and it continues to happen for over 1,000 years. Yes, it is estimated that around every 1,000 years, a pole shift occurs due to the landmass movements. The areas surrounded by the North and South Pole move with a rate of 1,000 miles per hour toward the equator. The pole shifting phenomenon does not only affect climatic conditions, but provides the inhabitants an intolerable environment to survive. Scientists have speculated that large land masses are drifting in a clockwise direction. This is making the pole shift movement towards the equator, while making the equatorial region shift more towards the Arctic region. Due to this uncertainty in global climate changes, the ice caps of the polar region are subjected to rapid meltdown, while the tropical and subtropical region have started experiencing blizzards and frozen climate. Regions experiencing warm climates may suddenly see a sunrise with snow-capped mountains, while the polar ice melting causes sinking of land masses below the sea level. On the other hand, some land plates which were once underwater seem to rise up, something that has never happened even once until now. Pole shifting is said to have a direct or indirect effect in everything that we do on a daily basis. For example, the natural habitats of animals are made to survive under an optimum set of conditions. Pole shifting causes habitat alterations, due to which a lot of living organisms, including microbes, tend to lose their homes and go extinct. But there is even a more grave concern which is raised directly from shifting of poles, the weakening of magnetic fields. Pole shifting has been an intriguing subject for scientists since ages. Eminent geniuses like Albert Einstein and Sir Isaac Newton had already acknowledged this phenomena in their previous works. They believe that any object having a certain mass tends to move away from its center of mass due to imbalanced conditions. This is the reason why the magnetic poles will soon shift away from the North and South Pole towards the equator. Professor Charles Habgood is one of the most popular names when it comes to the pioneers of pole shifting theory, except his research work was a bit mysteriously skeptical. He published several books relating to this theory, with contradicting information in each of them. Initially, he labeled pole shifting as a slow process that took place over time, based on a few real-life evidences in Scotland. On the other hand, he owes his research to another book that contradicted his statements and stated how pole shift is rather instantaneous. People thought the CIA was pressuring him in some way, so he published edited information. Towards the end, Habgood decided to be himself and wrote another book that stated that pole shift was indeed an instantaneous process. As a result, he died in a mysterious car crash, and all of his works were never published by the CIA. He is not the only scientist that believed it to be an instantaneous process. In another book called The Adam and Eve Story by Chad Thomas, he explained briefly about a shift in the poles. His original book is never found, and it is believed that the CIA blurred out certain pages before republishing it. In the brief, which is missing, Thomas explained what caused these cyclical pole shifts and their true nature. In the book, it was written that pole shift caused cataclysm and is cyclic in nature. The pole shift is just one of the natural disasters that might soon wipe out humanity, and we may have to start all over again. He believed that the current generation of humanity is the sixth most civilized population. Another pole shift might occur instantaneously, and we can do absolutely nothing about it. Currently, the atmosphere, the water bodies, and the lands, everything is in a state of random motion. When pole shift occurs, the atmosphere and water keep rotating the way it does, except for the land masses. This may create huge earthquakes like rumbles and shift the tectonic plates to their extreme ends. The North Pole and South Pole could actually land in the equatorial region, while South America and the African subcontinent might land in the South Pole region. Well, these are just some of the hefty consequences. The major repercussions is yet to occur, the weakening of the magnetic strength. Dr. Thovany has been a major part of a US-based project since 2014. They have been trying to study more about the magnitude of magnetic fields and their aftereffects. This study has stated that over the past 3,000 years, the geothermal magnetic field strength has been weakening. Since the last 100 years, the magnetic field has weakened by almost 9% than what it previously was. If it continues to go downhill like this, then we could find ourselves in a very huge pool of trouble. The North Pole and South Pole could interchange, and the whole Earth can go upside down. Not just that, magnetic field alteration has its consequences in every geothermal aspect of our planet. It has been estimated that since the last 20 million years, the magnetic poles have shifted about 100 times. It could again take place in the next 100 years. The one thing which is badly affected by a magnetic field alteration is the free flow of iron in our innermost core. Its effect could last for about 1,000 years, creating magnetized fossils and new types of rocks. Scientists state that in order to wait for such a big change, the magnetic field needs to be weakened by at least 90%. This would cause alterations of how cosmic rays around us affect the Earth. Cosmological particles like beryllium and nitrogen isotopes could fall directly on our atmosphere. This acts like a mark that the magnetic field weakening threshold is finally reached. About 700,000 years ago, the magnetic poles once alternated, and since then, a series of weakening and strengthening has been going on. Only the threshold is not reached yet before it could alter 180 degrees once again. This phenomenon is called an excursion. In the last 1 million years, the magnetic field has dropped by 30% and could even reach to zero in the upcoming years. The scientists at SAA continue to give insights into how a weakened magnetic field could turn out to be catastrophic, and it could be worse than imagined. Do let us know in the comments down below. Why do you think this is occurring? Is it just controlled by nature, or does its acceleration have something to do with our activities? And if you liked the video, don't forget to give it a huge thumbs up.